Ah, there we go. Now it's working. Good morning, stream watchers. It's Tuesday, so I'm doing a little SnowRunner today. We were in some other games yesterday. It was my kind of mixed bag of tricks. Sometimes it's farm, uh, sometimes it's not kind of day. And today it's a SnowRunner day. I don't know, I'm considering mixing things up a little bit. My Patreon page. I gotta figure out some more things on the Patreon page. Figure out if there's some way um, to get the new update over here. It's that season 13 dig and drill. If there's a way to get a link to collecting money on that. Oh, that was that other page. Never mind. I've got to figure it out. Anyway. We'll get started here in just a sec. I'm just trying to see if I can find a way to manage my stream on the tablet for a day. Come on, play nice, tablet. Come on, Twitch, play nice. There we go. Just trying to make sure things are set up ahead of time. I do have the chat open on the tablet. It does have limited battery compared to the laptop, but I tend to look over at the screen a little more often, I think. So we're going to pick up where we left off here. Looks like we're building some bridges and things like that. And if you hear a voice in the background, that would be my wife, Pirate Author, over on Twitch as well. She Twitches some other games, things like Disney Dreamlight Valley and Minecraft and Roblox. Some of the more low-key games. The exception of the rule for one is every year on the 14th of February, we get together and cause some mayhem on GTA. Sometimes on the 4th of July we'll do the same.
Fireworks launcher, gotta love it.
Let's see, we don't have any trucks out and about. Okay, that's what I was trying to find out. Wait, what are we up to right now? Vehicle spare parts. I don't stream GTA very often, but every now and again. Okay, they're just sitting out. So I need something with a crane. And to get there. So what I could do is grab a semi and that container trailer and just drive it over. Zigzags all the way around there, through this town here, across the bridge and over there. Looks like they left the rest of this island untouched except for that dock. Why would they not have built the dock right here? I'll never know. But I guess that was a flat enough surface for them to build it on. Anyhow. Map design aside, let's get a semi and get going. We'll throw our X9 at this. So just as a reminder to anybody over on YouTube here, no, I don't edit my videos. They are raw. Like an egg right after you crack it. So, if anybody's wondering if there's something missing from the stream on YouTube, the answer is no. Highlights on Twitch, on the other hand, I believe are an edited version. They kind of cut down to the middle of the stream. Cuts out the very beginning and cuts out the very end. But we'll stick to talking about things in-game for the time being, unless I'm joined by somebody else on the online world. And if anybody would like to join me on the game, they just need to send me a message. Let me know. If you're on Xbox or PlayStation or computer, I believe all three have this game available to it. I would be grateful for the company. Just as a reminder, I am out searching for work as well. That's why I'm a little bit later than the 8 o'clock start time I was thinking of for the day. But my schedule actually says 10, so I think I'm okay. Nah, my schedule says I start at 10. I'm just getting a little bit of an early start today. Grab some breakfast and digging in on this. Beep, beep. So I was noticing on Reddit, there was a subreddit group that was talking about SnowRunner. They're asking questions like what the high gear is meant for. It's meant for steady power in low grip situations. It's an alternative to the low gear because it offers just a little bit more power. But if you're getting into something deep, you want to stick to your lower gears. I've noticed on this game, if you start to see white water over the top of your wheels, change gears. You're probably going too fast. You're spinning your tires more than you are gripping. It might slow you down, but you'll have the grip that you need. You know one thing I didn't think to do? Okay, truck is empty. It also works if you're pretending that it's a stick shift vehicle. Alright, we're almost back to solid ground. Then I can turn off the all-wheel drive even. Also, if you're on Xbox, tap your left bumper if you're going pretty good and it hasn't changed gears yet, and it changes the gear for you. The other difference between high gear and low gear is that low gear allows you to use that differential lock. High gear does not. See? No diff lock. Now some of the trucks have an all-time all-wheel drive and all-time differential lock. That's a different subject. This truck does not offer that. Also, I believe most semi-trucks are a little more than a 6-speed. At least so I've heard. Now we're going to slow it down a little bit, make our turn, pick a new gear, and keep on trucking. So, if you see me pull into the gas station or restaurant in the game, sometime around noontime, my time, it's most likely that I'm stopping for lunch. You know, give it a little role-play aspect. We'll stop for lunch in game. Maybe that's how I'll do that on this game. I think I'll set the same thing up on Farm Sim. I just take and pull a pickup truck or something, whatever I'm driving, farm tractor, into a restaurant. Okay. Oh. We're going to back up a touch. Beep, 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 beep. This truck doesn't have a backup noise, but that's okay. I'm the only one on the map. The other cars you see are just decoration. So the safety effects are not as noticeable in here. I have a funny feeling some of the other pieces of that decoration are going to end up cargo as well, but that's a guess. Open up the doors. We'll just take them in order, one at a time. Not my favorite method for loading a truck, but it's what works. Normally, if it were me, it would be a forklift. But this is what the game has. Come here, pallet. Typically, in real life, you really don't want to shake a pallet around that much. There is a forklift on this game, but it's like a telehandler forklift. It's not a regular sort of forklift. Come back here, trailer. Oh, Wiki. Wow. Let's see what else we can get into over here. Nope, can't get to that last one. So we're going to reposition before we can get to it, or we have to finish that pallet first. Maybe... Now, this truck is not base game, this is a mod. I forget the name of the modder right this minute, otherwise I'd shout them out. Give credit where credit's due kind of deal. But base game truck cranes are nowhere near this good. Nowhere near this fast either. You've noticed that. Well, we're gonna reposition anyway. alongside our trailer. Like I said, normally we would have some kind of forklift, and I don't know how they get things deeper into the truck than that. But, I don't work a dock, so I don't know that answer. I guarantee it's not a crane line inside the truck.
That's so weird.
So the speed of the crane is sometimes a double-edged sword. It sometimes causes the pallets to shake around a little too much, and they go crazy wampus on us. Reach it? Nope. Oh, give me just a sec. I'm gonna check what that was. I am waiting for a message back about a job I'm hoping to get. Game show network, junk. Melissa from Nationwide Investor. Random realtors keep trying to send me messages asking if my house is for sale. The answer is no, folks. I'm not selling, and neither are my parents. Despite my dad having the same first and last name, we do have different middle names, different socials, different all that. And neither one of us is looking to sell. And no, I can't put solar panels up either, spammers. I figure I'll throw that out there so somebody somewhere will see it. Oh yeah, and also to clarify, I'm happy with the car insurance I've got. Quit advertising it to me. I'm broke. Alright, we got our cargo picked up. A little bit of fuel used, that's okay. It's meant for that purpose. Let's stop here for just a sec. We gotta figure out where this is going. Spare parts. Over to the other dock. Okay. So, what we're gonna do... Cut over this way. We're gonna make a right here. And we'll spend a little money and take the ferry across. Roll on 18-wheeler. I think it's 18. Wait. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 22-wheeler. But anyway. No need for all-wheel drive on solid pavement. Shoot, even my studded snows are a little overkill. In the real world, there's a time limit to how long you can have studded snow tires on. If you live in snow country, you know this stuff. Or should. I'll put it that way. Even in Tahoe, the limit is May. Now, when I first got my license, I found that out. My first year driving, I got my license and my car registered and everything, insured, in the month of May. And pictures are yet to come on Patreon, but I'm going to put some things up there relating to the Plymouth, because that's one of my goals, is to get that old girl back on the road, and she's going to take quite a bit to do that. But anyway, first year driving with it, rear-wheel drive, big heavy Plymouth. Didn't know how to chain tires or anything like that. Learn quick though when you first have to do it. Anyhow, we picked up some studded snow tires, one size bigger than the car actually called for. I would change the leaf spring between a neighbor of mine and me. Change the leaf spring so that it would fit. And I had studded snows. Well, come to find out at one point that you can only have them until the month of May. So I had to get more tires right away. Wasn't a big deal. But the next winter I put those studded snow tires back on, and man, it made a big difference on traction. So I am something of an advocate for the studded snow tires, as opposed to using chains all the time. And I did get into a situation or two where I ended up using both. Chained studded snow tires. And that was an adventure. That gets that delivered. Okay. It's all connected to Overo Hills. I'm gonna shut this thing down for a minute. Save an ounce of gas. It's all connected to is here. We need the construction rig semi-trailer. We also need 2 metal rolls that are in Flatland apparently, and a metal beam that is nowhere to be found, or it's in Flatland as well. That makes things creative. Now, let's see something. In here, it'll give you a listing of where you can pick things up. We need 2 rolls and a metal beam. Guess what? I've got that. So I'm going to ferry back across, pick that up, ferry back across again, and drive over to the reactive zone. Because if you look at the global map, in order to get to Avero Hills, you have to go through the reactive zone. Okay. And I'm hoping this chat is real time on the tablet because I still don't see anybody saying anything. But if you do come on the channel, please say something. Let me know you're there. I'll shout you out if you like. Okay. Step 1. There. There. Uh... We'll just go back on out of here nice and gentle like. See if we could do this without totaling anybody's fences. Maybe. If the camera plays nice. So it looks like I'm gonna need a second semi, one with the high saddle, for that construction rig semi trailer. I'm gonna have to arrange that. Okay, here we are. The other side of the ferry. Goodbye, Mr. Boat Driver. Even though you haven't moved an inch. All you did was turn off my headlights for me. I wonder if these folks really get used to having big rigs come through their neighborhood. And being that I don't know how much distance I'm covering, I'm gonna stop and fuel this thing up. Scrape. Okay. Not the best driver in the universe, but I get there. No ill effects for the game. throw it back in all-wheel drive because this stuff gets pretty rough down in here. You would think that we would come up with a way to pump this out, fix up the road. But that's not in the game either. And these tires should have been popped a million times over when playing this game. But that's not their fate either. Well, we'll make sure that that sign installer has a job. We knocked one of his signs down. Job security for him. Darth is on the road. Well, that makes for an interesting turnaround spot, but pull in here nice and cheesy does it. Now, if I were going for full immersion, I'd just have stuff put on the dock and then load it myself, but I'm not that advanced. I'm going to pick up 1 metal beam and 2 metal roll. And we're going to try and turn this rig around. We haven't needed to make anything as yet around here, so that's good. But it is a crafting zone as well. You can actually make the product that you're delivering. You make metal beams from metal rolls and metal rolls from metal beams. The irony, right? The irony. And I'm using the all-wheel drive for the power. There we are. Let's make sure we didn't take a wrong turn, which we did. Back up and fix that. This is where that all-wheel drive comes in handy. Keep that sign installer in business. He's got another one up there. You know, considering the sheer number of signs we've knocked down in this game over the time playing it, we ought to have to deliver a new batch of signs someday. Come on, Saber. Put that in the game. Just a delivery of signs. It's like having insurance on a car in Grand Theft Auto. The irony. Given how much we damage our cars and destroy them. Alright. Our destination's on a whole nother map. So we are going to hang the right, knock down the stop sign, drive across the sidewalk, all kinds of bad trucking things. Run through a neighborhood. Past people's houses in big rigs, making all kinds of noises in the middle of the day. just shoot across. And I'm going to shut her down at this point because I'm going to look at how I'm routing this thing. Because we're going to get to that tunnel spot and stop. That's still an undiscovered neighborhood there. No idea what's in there. So I'm going to set my marker there and hit the scanner when I get there. Because we're going to have to set up another truck to run that high saddle. Probably one of my X11s. And run an X11 up to that tunnel as well. Lights on for safety. That's mostly for in town and highway driving, but it works good out here too. The backwoods. Do have to be careful and watch your speed on this game, as the truck does like to tip over a bit here and there, no matter what truck you're driving, no matter the wheelbase, no matter a lot of factors, but game mechanics still say, oh, it's time to tip over. What do we got up there? Just a road. No idea. Just a forested road. Okay, well, we're gonna play a little zigzag through the swamp there. End up right there. Here's another little trick of the trade, especially in the snow, actually. You see how I wiggled the wheels back and forth like that? That gives you more traction. Even with the studded snows, we needed the extra traction there. That is a trick of the trade for driving in the snow, because that helps to break down the ice that's under the wheels, often. Also, when it comes to frozen road conditions like that, you often will want the all-wheel drive capabilities of a vehicle like a Subaru, or, you know, like a Ford Explorer, a Jeep, something like that. As it gives you that extra power not only to push or pull, but both. Because front wheel drive, you're pulling your car, and whatever size vehicle it is pulled along by those drive wheels. Rear wheel drive, it's pushed along from the back, whatever size vehicle that might be. And then all-wheel drive, you have all the wheels being driven by the motor and the drivetrain. The drawback for all-wheel drive, in case people don't know this, is that when you go to get a wheel alignment, you're aligning all the wheels, not just two. Well, we're going to let her sit here for a minute. We're off the highway. There's no actual traffic in the game, so we're in good shape there. We're going to cock the wheels off to the side. Alright, and then we're going to pick up the garage. We got to edit a truck. Do I have more than one of those? I do. I do. We're going to take and edit this one. Because right now we have a sideboard on it. We don't need the sideboard. It's good for small deliveries that are short runs. Saddle high. There she is. Take and plan our route here too. Go to the edge of the road. Dirt path up to the next chunk of road. Up and around and down and through. There we go. Now this truck has a bit longer wheelbase, so you can see the trailers stick out a little bit more. Changes the driving tactic just a bit. Pardon me. In this area, I think I can get away with the rear-wheel drive, because that's what this is. If you're watching real close, you can see that suspension kind of bounce around a bit. Kind of neat. Now, on trucks and cars and things like that, that differential lock sets it up so all the wheels spin at the same time. In the same direction at the same time, no changes between. Turn off the diff lock, and the wheels can have drive, but they can spin at different rates. So in some cases you need it, and other times you don't. On this map I'm using it quite a bit. You're gonna go, hey, wait a minute, Darth, those look like regular street tires. They're not even studded snows. Correct. These are off-road tires. For a semi-truck. They're good for the mud, they're good for the road, they're good for the snow. Well, okay for the snow, I'll put it that way. And if there's one truth to this game, it's that sometimes the beaten path is not the best path. Sometimes you gotta get off to the side of it in order to get some traction. I'm running an off-road transmission, so not the fastest on the highways, but that's okay. Semi-trucks are not meant for high speed. Neither are pickup trucks usually. The NASCAR trucks are a different subject, so don't even start with me on that. That's a whole different ball of wax. Those are set up to be race cars. And their tires are specific for that type of road, that type of track. Okay, so what we're gonna do, hook to the other truck, and drag it along with us. Remember, it's loaded with the second half of this order. Because the two trucks were linked together, we'll bring both trucks over in one loading screen, as opposed to doing them individually. Reactive zone. You're seeing a ghost image of both trucks. That's because they're both parked in the same spot. Okay. I'm going to pull out of the ghost spot. And we're going to take a look at our map and figure out how to get over to the Overo Hills. And also, we need that semi-trailer. Oh, it's in Overo Hills. It's not here either. Okay. So all we really have to do is drive through town, cross all this. Looks like we're gonna pass up the swamp rally. Be going that way. Up to here. And either drag the semi with us or do it twice. I'm thinking we get over by the swamp and stop. Looks like I left a semi-trailer there at some point. I'm gonna turn off the last 3 markers because I want to stop at that point when I gotta make that left. Why is it not attaching to the front of the truck? You know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna change the order of these two. Beep, beep. So we're saving a little gas by towing the other truck behind us. Under base game conditions, it does cause some wear and tear on the vehicle. Often it'll smack into stuff. Something doesn't track right. But today we're running both of these as modded trucks, so I think we're in good shape. Nice wide open road it looks like so far. And reasonably paved. Mostly. No need for the all-wheel drive even. Just run right straight through town. Except for this spot right here where we've got a crane, or excavator rather, working on things. See? Catches on stuff. Goobers. Okay. Let's get back on our side of the road here. Okay, we're just gonna keep zigzagging a little bit. No, 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 not over the guardrail. Turn. Oh, I hope we're delivering some asphalt for this guy to fix the road. But he's probably permanent. Just to make sure we have to go around him and get good and stuck on stuff. Again. Yep. And instead of catching the truck, it catches the pole. Take a slightly different perspective here and see if that helps. Can't predict stuff on the road as much, but we'll just try to get there. Yeah, I am going to run separately across the swamp. I know that much. And this is our swamp stop. It's the one time I'm going to separate, switch camera views. And for anybody who's been watching for my channel's schedule, we just started up at the scheduled time 3 minutes ago. But I've actually been on for a little while. If you need to back up the stream, that's okay. Or if you need to go back and watch it later, that's alright too. Drop me any comments or suggestions or ideas. I'm open to things like that. I'm off course by just a bit. I need to be over there. Oh, as I'm doing things the hard way. Here's the beauty of the smaller wheelbase. It turns tighter for a semi-truck. And we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to go get the other truck, drive it to this point, and then go across both at once. The difference is we're going to block the road here. The other difference is we have to go across the swamp without a trailer to keep us on the ground. A bit lighter weight truck in comparison. Here's where you're going to see some of that wheel spin that I talked about. Up and over the tracks. And keep on going. A little left instead of right like last time. Nah, kept it on the ground pretty well. Kept on rolling. Didn't even have to throw it in the low gear. That actually went pretty quick. Gee, I think I want to winch to that truck. What do you think? Think they're close enough? Nah, we'll hit the sign instead. And we're open to a new area. Looks like there's some satellite dishes over here. Ooh. Alright, let's take a look at what this place looks like. This is brand new to me. It's like a rather broken bridge. And that's our main road. How nice. Go forward so we're not inside the other truck. And let's take a look at the map. Not much to see, is there? Our construction trailer's just around the corner. Hey, you know what? Radar. What do you know? There's a world out there. Looks like a truck waiting to be picked up. That's a trailer waiting to be picked up. I bet you that bridge is a mission we're gonna have to do. But the number one answer is we're going to pull forward a bit, look right, go left, and go this way with the semi. Because we haven't scouted this area, I don't know which way to go. But we're going to skirt around that broken bridge and see what we can find out over here. Although the destination looks like it's over there. We're going to go as far as that truck and acquire it, and then stop. Switch trucks. And because I don't know what to expect out here, because I've not played this map yet, I'll throw it in the all-wheel drive and leave it there for the minute. If we need it, we need it. If we don't, well, we have it. The other thing we're going to do is use the scanner on the X11 and okay, that's not just a truck, but a truck with some supplies on it. That's always a plus. Change to it? No. We're gonna park next to it though. And that's the double-edged sword of not having a trailer, is that the truck tends to tip a little more often. Oof. That trailer's a little tilted over. Beep, beep. Really? And this truck has an offline winch. It's part of being on the mod. Apparently we're just gonna drag a bush across the map instead of actually finding something solid to link to. Really? Come on, game. Play nice. How are we gonna fix this one? Oh, interesting. Predicament, because that is a heavy trailer. Nope, we're just gonna tip over a pile of times. Perhaps we're just gonna have to yank this thing out of the hole the hard way. Catch it different? No. That's with the parking brake on, too. Really? I'm not sure how to fix this one. Because of the terrain around here. See, because the crane is not strong enough to pick it up like that. What did we hook onto? Probably a low point on the trailer. It doesn't help. Stupid bush. Get out of the way. Run over the bush. Maybe then it won't be an anchor point. It's a dumb anchor point. As if these trailers weren't bad enough to start with. Oh my goodness. What are we gonna do with this thing? Apparently we're gonna tip over with it. If I can get it to do it, I'll go through that bush right there. Stupid camera angle. Bounce and bash into a bush again. Nope, we're gonna connect to all the wrong stuff. There's the point I was trying to get last time. Ah, that didn't work too well. Get up on your wheels. Stay there now. We're just gonna climb a tree, apparently, in a semi. Nope. Time to tip over again. Really? No. I don't want to tip over for a 5th time. Thank you. That figures. Stupid camera angle. No, I don't think this crane would actually be able to do that in the slightest. But it worked. I'm going for a low gear and diff lock on this. Because this thing is heavy as lead. Awkward. And a pain on flat roads, let alone a hill and a curve. I don't want the speed. Okay. Where in the world are we taking this thing? What do you bet we have to follow the main road all the way around? But we did get close to that tower. See, in some cases you can't leave the diff lock turned on, as it'll damage the truck as well. I think now we've acquired that truck. I am tempted at this point to use a semi to do a little scouting. Hit there, come back up to the road, go around to there. What's this guy got? He's got no fuel, that's what he's got. Bet you there's a mission to fix it. Geodetic guidance. What we're doing? Off a vehicle, you ask, looking for spot for yet another weather tower. Of course, since landslides are concerned, we should check the seismic vibrator. I don't have a seismic vibrator with me. Solar panels are back in the other areas. Pineland Bay. No, we're not in Flatland either. Nope, not that one either. There's prep and then there's prep. Reactive zone. Delivery. And that would unlock a pile of stuff. A bunch more things to do elsewhere. Well, we're gonna burn some fuel. Time to go adventuring. With a semi-trailer. The other option is to go back to the garage, get another vehicle, like a scout, and scout this place. Where's the sense of adventure in doing that? We'll get to our marker over here. What do we got? Second observation tower there. Big Bang Observatory. What are they observing? A Big Bang in another galaxy? Oh, that's their science to worry about, not mine. Mine is keeping wheels on the ground. Ooh, roadblock. Ah, how nice. Expand our turf. Well, so far we've found a blacktop. We're sticking to it. I have a funny feeling I'm going to get to the far side of where we're going, only to find there was a short way to get there. Probably reverse direction of where that trailer was stuck. That's my best guess. A little bit of a washed out road. Pond. Slippery slope discovered. Well, we'll worry about that when the time comes. That looks like a factory of some sort there. Bunch of zigzaggy dirt roads around here. We're gonna stick to the Haha main road, because that's where the road ends, is at that factory, looks like. Unless that's our garage. Which looks like it could be that too. Just by the design of the place. No. That's some cow factory, I think. Hey friend, can you tow a truck for us? The driver decided to take a shortcut but lost control. His vehicle, luckily he wasn't hurt too bad, but that truck is a no-go. Sure, we can do that, but we're not tracking it right now. This appears to be another warehouse, eventually operational. Some kind of factory. I have no idea why that pallet's sitting in the middle of things. A bad place to put it. We're just gonna continue up the main road. We're gonna stop here for just a sec though, because I'm gonna refuel some things. Cheater, into the Roadrunner, into the rooftop scanner. So if anybody out there has the opportunity to pick up a classic car of any sort, doesn't matter the shape or design or brand name, they're all good cars. Well, except for maybe an Edsel. But that's another subject. I say go for it. Grab the old girl. If she's not running right, put her back in service. It might be worth it to you. I found a duplicate to my Plymouth, for example, and it's a big four-door monstrosity of a car. Understand that ahead of time. I found a duplicate to my car that I bought for $500, listed online, restored for $75,000. So the return on investment, if that's all you're after, is definitely out there. Parking ticket. Right. Okay. Okay, we're gonna hit there. There. That's what they estimated him at. It was a year old. If you're talking Sam. That gets us to a blacktop. Parking ticket. Yeah, I'd say that guy needs a parking ticket. Environmental hazard ticket to go with it. We're gonna hit the scanner when we get there. But yeah, my Plymouth has a bit of history. And some of that history is that the original owner bought the car brand new from the showroom in Sacramento, California. Went by the name of Mildred because she's gone now. I found that out. Which may be the reason she doesn't have the car anymore. Makes sense. Anyway, she bought it with almost all of the upgrades available at the time. she left off the multi-disc LP player and did not get the police car edition sway bar on the front. That was the only two things left out of that vehicle. Literally. And she was quite literally, according to sources, namely her next door neighbor, the little old lady that drove it to church, the store, and home again. Literally. There's still breeders out there for cats. So you wouldn't lose all the cats in the world. As I said, a shorter route to get there. Because that other truck's still there. I think we're just going to stick to driving the main roads, though. But we're about to go over a bridge and in the wrong direction. So, the other truck, we're going to stop at this intersection back here and hook right. Take the dangerous looking path back across and around to that. This truck, on the other hand, will go this way and take this dangerous looking route. And not much better, is it? Okay, or are we? Because we could take our truck, go along the water's edge and around that way, hook that left there and up to there. I think we can come at it from two different angles. But yeah, the second owner of the car, person by the name of Matthew, if I remember correctly, or Miguel, one or the other, I forget which, right this second, but he was military and apparently deployed for part of his time owning the vehicle, because he didn't drive it much either. So very low mileage on that car, considering that he lived a little closer to Folsom and drove it to the air base that was closer to Sacramento, I think it is. Anyway, he didn't drive it much. So that's two drivers that are not heavy drivers on it, right? Right. He was up visiting a casino in the town of Sparks, Nevada. There was somebody else there as well that decided that the casino looked better robbed, and then proceeded to steal that Plymouth to use as the getaway car. How's that for a wild story? So, one high-speed pursuit later, and across a state line, it landed in the impound yard when it ran out of gas, hit a parked car, and got a flat tire. So, my car literally was the reason that casino robber got caught. Not saying anything against the reliability of the car, because she is very reliable when she's running. But just to put it in perspective, at this point in time,